let's go back to fall 2008. We got 3 different doe hunts lined up. This first one's September 24th. Let's go hop in the tree.
We could have deer on us anytime.
This doe snuck up right on me. When I first saw her, she was about 15 yards from the tree. Well, she was exiting my shooting lane by the time I got the camera on, grabbed my bow. I stopped her, settled my 30 pin just a little low, thinking she'd duck.
The shot was 30 yards, and I ranged that tree last time I sat. She was right next to it. I ducked it a little low since I thought she'd duck since I haven't been a bird. But I think I'm going to have her stop up and climb down.
Hit right where I was aiming. She didn't duck a bit, but shot was a little low, so I backed out, came back a few hours later, followed good blood for about, I'd say 200 yards, ended up finding her about 70 yards from the tree. She made a big loop and died out in the middle of the bean field. This is my first deer with the bow this year. I self-filmed her at about 30 yards. I think I saw this doe Monday night. She came in behind the stand. Just couldn't get a shot, but got a shot tonight. We ended up finding her out in the middle of the bean field, only about 70 yards from the stand. October the 13th, I was able to get out after school. Had to watch one of my sister's volleyball games, but got out, just kind of walking around, scouting. Was just going to set up, try and watch the deer from a distance. Did not expect at all to be able to arrow a deer this evening. Well, I just gotten set up, got the camera on the tree arm, got my bow on the hanger. Didn't have my release on, didn't have anything really ready besides the camera. Look up and there were 6 deer, about 75 yards out. Well, I started panicking. I mean, these deer are coming, they're closing distance fast. All by myself, I have to film, shoot. So, got the camera on them, got in front of the doe. 4 of the deer broke off. They went up the other valley, didn't see them, but this fawn and this doe came up. And I was able to stop the doe in frame, get her shot. Arrow disappeared right behind the shoulder of what I like to see, and that fawn stayed around. And I wasn't for sure yet if it was a button buck or a doe fawn. I had another tag, and I don't mind shooting doe fawns because I like meat. But so I got the binoculars up, looked at it, it was a button buck, but guess what, to see him in a few years. I got some okay footage of him, and then got some kids from town to come out and help me blood trail. I bet that doe only went 60 yards, and then the celebration began. I was a little bit late out to the stand. We have a northwest wind going that way. So I snuck in here on the ground, and then that button buck and that doe come down. And I didn't get much pre-roll because that just happened so fast. I just got done ranging that tree to the right of her at 25. Drew back, stopped her, shot. It looked like it just disappeared perfect right behind her shoulder. It's been almost a month since I shot my last deer. Another one down from Metzger Outdoors. I'm positive that doe's dead right over there. I bet she didn't go 50. Well, shot this doe just sitting right up there, 25 yards. Julie came out to film. She brought her kids, and they're gonna help me track this doe out. We got white bellies up, baby. About 5:30, wasn't even completely set up yet. Didn't have my release on, didn't have an arrow on. Look up, 6 antlerless deer walking towards me. 4 of them cut up to the northeast of me, and this doe and a button buck come through. I stopped her at about 25 yards, drew back the Hoyt. This is the end result of my second deer of the year. Pretty good doe. Now fast forward November the 2nd, climbing the tree about 1 o'clock, gonna sit till dark, see what happens.
It's 1:45, November the 2nd. Rut's just kicking in here in northeast Nebraska. Set up on a pinch point. Right here behind me, 3 big trails come into one at the end of this ridge. We got a big flat just right here in front of me. We got a nice trail coming around this ridge right here, about 30 yards away. And then we have a trail coming straight down the ridge right at us. I think it should be good.
Came below me, and I mean she messed around below me. She knew something was up, but she didn't know what.
Second day in November. Just shot myself my 13th doe of the year.
Shot this doe. She come in about 5 o'clock. Offered me about 11-yard shot. I actually drew back on her once before, and she got out of there, and she stopped the second time, and she shouldn't have done that. She only went about, I'd say, 50 or 60 yards. This is my 3rd deer this year with a bow. I couldn't be any happier. This has been another Metzger Outdoors production.